Hey, how's it going? Thanks for joining me. I'm Vaper. Thank you for checking out my channel, such as it is. Um, I figured it's probably time to do an intro video since I already have one put up for a simple coil build. So, a little backwards, but it is what it is. Anyways, as I said, I'm Vaper. I'm in wonderful big sky country of Montana, in case you couldn't tell the sarcasm there. Anyways, so a little bit about me. I smoked for about 14 years, give or take, and tried countless times, literally, to quit smoking and was never successful with it. I'm currently married with a wife and 2 kids, with one on the way, and it literally hit a point a few months ago where it was smoking or everything else. So I had to find something else. I had to find some way to actually get rid of the stupid cigarettes. I've tried the blue cigs before, which if you don't know, they're little cigarettes. They mimic cigarettes in electronic form, and not a bad product. It just didn't quite cut it. So I went digging around and found the upgraded version. It was vaping, and started with this little guy right here, little starter e-cig kit. This is actually my second battery. I killed the first one, and that did okay for a little while, and not a lot to it, but I got curious, and so I started digging into it and figuring out where I could go from here. And with everything out there, I didn't really have a clue where to go. I just started filling this tank and vaping on it. Literally the day I filled this tank was the day I had my last cigarette, 116 days ago, something like that. And I haven't looked back since. So, I mean, from that aspect it worked, but I like to dig into things, I like to tinker, so I met up with some other vapors here in town, and one of them was kind enough to hook me up with a regulated device, a little 15-watt box Groove 2. This is just another e-cig tank that I scrounged from somewhere. Anyways, and it did okay. I got to tinker with it. This is, you'll see, and the coil build that I rebuilt for the nano coils. And where I got that was actually this little guy, little mini rebuildable. It comes apart in like 3 different pieces. In theory, it's different. Oh, that's why there's juice in there. Anyways, so little miniature RDA. That came with the box mod. This is actually what I built on in that other video, and it's a great little starter off. Especially I like to tinker with things. So from there, I borrowed a K100 from a friend, and that was my introduction to mech mods, which did really well, especially with the little mini RDA. It fits really nice, but it wasn't quite it. It was a nice little tiny build and a lot of fun stuff, and so I bit the bullet. I had an Amazon gift card and ordered the Nemesis clone right here, and actually introduced to regular builds, the dual coil in there, and much more satisfying vape, more fun with it. I got to tinker with it. It has been frustrating as hell figuring out the dual coils and getting everything set up. I've got a whole stash of different liquids and whatnot, and right now, Mother's Milk, Suicide Bunny, wonderful stuff. Anyways, so that basically leads up to where I am now. And where I am now is I'm trying to build this channel into something more. There are tons of review channels out there, lots of people who have been vaping since the beginning. Back in 2007, they've got videos that go back at least that far. I didn't want to make just another review channel. I want to be an information hub, a news hub, if you will. I've gotten involved with some of the advocacy groups to keep track of the changing laws. Not just here in Montana. We're still pretty well left alone in Montana, which is one of the nice things about being up here. But things like in New York, where they've banned vaping in public, just like it was smoking. That typical knee-jerk reaction of, hey, it looks like, so it must be. But with that and everything that goes with it, there's a lot of information out there. So for everyone who is still smoking and looking for a better alternative, a healthier, cleaner way of living, and still without just trying the gums and the patches and 93% failure rates, I want to be an information source for them, for the new vapors who just gotten into it, and like I did, you started out with something like this, and where do I go? What's next? What's the next step from here? So that's kind of where I want my channel to go. I want it to be a source of information. Sometimes that'll be reviews on stuff that I have, all my little trinkets and toys and whatnot, things that I come across. Juices, somewhat, but I mean, juice is pretty subjective. I'm not a big fan of tobacco flavors. I hate coffee. There's a ton of those out there, and some people love them. So, juice, who knows? I may or may not get into that too much, but anyways, that's kind of what I'm looking at doing. As I mentioned, I have a campaign on GoFundMe.com. I'll have a link down in the description for it, to improve this. All of my wonderful lighting and background and everything else. I'm literally shooting mostly with a light from my iPhone, on my built-in camera here on the computer. Wonderful fluorescent that I have up here as a work light. It's okay for right now, but I want to be able to put up better videos. I want to be able to have better content. Some of that includes memberships to groups. SFATA is one of those that has an annual membership, but they are plugged in. You know, I want to hit the point where I have a voice, where I have the ability to help affect change, to make it better for those of us who have finally found a healthier alternative to smoking and want to be able to keep it. So that's kind of my goal for my channel. That's kind of who I am. That's where I am, so to speak. I hate being in front of the camera typically, but this is kind of a big thing. So I bit the bullet, and here I am. So, like I said, that's me. That's where I'm at. I'm repeating myself, so I'm gonna go ahead and end this video. Anyways, thanks again for stopping by, and vape on.